regardless of colour, until we have human rights, then they will actually be the people that go to prison, and the money they've made from profit. Because these, for example, right now, the rape of Africa done by the elite and the people that own everything, they're still funding Oxbridge, they're still funding the schools, and that money doesn't go to making sure that people of the community go to those schools for a better education. That money has one job and one job alone: to make sure the idea of belittling and denying human rights to a community, because we're all
a worldwide community, yeah.
Because those schools make sure that the idea of human rights anywhere on this planet, let alone in this country, make sure they never happened, and that people that do stand up for that are the ones that's demonised at every single opportunity. That's, again, look at Jeremy Corbyn standing up for human rights across, not only just in England, but across the world. And then he's not criticised. He's attacked for these crimes against being anti-Semitic, because that's the only way that they can ever attack him. How can you stand up and attack someone who's standing up for human rights and the legal liberation of all humanity? You can't do that. So you have to make stupid claims that the press and the billionaires own the press. Yeah. And they're the ones that own the schools. And they're billionaires, their money comes not from being brilliant and working hard, but from the rape of other countries and the rape of this country. Thank you.
Facts. Well,
I think you're on shaky ground if you're defending.
I'm not, but thank you for suggesting such a ridiculous thing.
But just to go back to this gentleman, nobody's asking me, to give anything personally. There are advocates of reparations who would want to extract some of my wealth individually, directly. Now there are sort of more noble claims, like want to fight sort of legal battles against corporations that have benefited from slavery. That's fine, all the best. But to say that you're not asking me to to give anything, that's great, and I'm pleased to hear it. But I think there are people who actually are asking that quite without really any.
Reparation isn't just money, though.
I want to come in.
It's not just money. It's about repairing. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
As well as money, like sort of to give guilt and stuff as well. Yeah, it could extend outside the financial realm as well, I'd say. Insofar as do I feel guilt for slavery? I feel sort of sympathy or empathy, maybe to be a better word, but sort of guilt as if I've got any responsibility. I don't know if I can justify this.
I would say, from my perspective, I just wanted to respond to that. And also I wanted to take back in terms of white guilt, it's not necessarily us as a urban community, because I think there is, like you say, claims of reparations and things like that, which are possibly justified and may aid in the feeling of white guilt, possibly. But I think, from my position, from what the brother said there, is I would slightly disagree in terms of, I don't personally, I agree with the sentiments in terms of, if there isn't a feeling of guilt, maybe there's some questions to be asked. But personally, I don't necessarily need or want you guys to feel any guilt on behalf of what happened. What I would definitely want is acknowledgement rather than guilt.
Yes.
I would definitely want acknowledgement and actual understanding rather than pretending as though it happened years ago, get over it, with all these types of platitudes.
In the past, forget it.
Exactly, that commonly sent out. I'd rather have some honest acknowledgement and say, actually, what happened there did actually disadvantage people of African descent in Africa, and it actually did benefit Europe and Europeans. I'd actually rather that honesty. I understand the difficulty of that honesty, especially if we are making claims for reparations, because that means you might have to then, if you accept it on one level, you might have to accept it legally, and that might create an issue economically for the Western countries and globally. But I don't think necessarily it's that we want white people to feel guilty. It's more rather, actually, rather than having this sort of attitude of denial that happened. Now, what we were saying is I do understand, and I agree actually, in terms of that, there's always been an elite, and the working class has always suffered. However, even within that elite, there has been stratification that elite has pushed, and that needs to be acknowledged. The fact that whilst there was an elite pushing it, working class people here in the UK could get up and leave during a point in time, go over to Jamaica and make their fortune of slaves and sugar and plantations. And not just in the Caribbean, they could do that in Africa, they could do that in New Zealand and so
wherever else colonisation.
Wherever there's colonisation. So whilst I do accept that there has always been this class issue, that race has at times trumped it and allowed people from working class to move that far up the ladder if they are willing to sell people. And we saw that throughout history. So I think, I just wanted to make clear. But I did want to say, I don't, definitely Unix.
This problem